To achieve this, a button that toggles and controls other components via variables, you just have to follow along and do this. At first, we will create our normal button. We will write some text, click me. We will give this a nice color, let's say some blue. We'll put this on here, make it smaller. And we will create a component. Create component. Now we will, up here, we will add the variant, and we will give this a deactivated state. So gray background, maybe not that kind of gray, maybe this kind of gray, and we will change the font color to this kind of gray. So it's deactivated. We will call this our normal button. Now we will create our toggle button that controls the state of this button. And the fill will be, let's say, this kind of red. And you could either put a lock icon or anything in there. I will just use L for locked and U for unlock. So L on here. Again, select both of these, create a component, we will add a variant, we will change the background color just because we can, and we will change the font, the text to a U. So this means lock this button, and this means unlock this button. We will call this our toggle. We can now copy those two instances right here. And we have to set our states. So for this button, we will name this state instead of property, but it really doesn't matter. And we will rename this to active. And the second variant we will name inactive. Inactive. This we could change and we will change. We name this lock and we name this unlock. Now, to set variables, you just click anywhere. So you see this variables tab on your right hand side. Click on it and we want to create a variable, namely a string variable. It doesn't matter what you call this. We will name this foo. And the value is very important because we have to insert the state of our button, which we want the button to start with. So in my case, active. You can see I've tried this already. It's very important that this value has the same exact name as your default state of the button. So if you named this name, then you would have to insert name here, but we don't. We have active and active. Now, we can click on this button and we can assign a variable. You can't assign variables in components. You don't have this icon here. It's important that you have to create a copy of the button and then set a variable or apply a variable here. And we will just scroll down until we find our variable that we just created. And since we named the value of this variable, so active, we named this the same exact as the state here, Figma will already connect the states. Now, if I would change this text here to inactive, this would also deactivate this button. So it would change the variant to the second value. So by changing the text here, we can control this button now. This is very important to understand. Now we can head over to the prototype tab, and we want to click on our lock toggle. We will create an interaction, trigger on click. We want this to set a variable, namely our foo variable, and we want the value to be changed to inactive. This is pretty much, it has to be in quotation marks, because this is pretty much just replacing the text in the variables tab. So this is pretty much the same exact thing if I would change the text here to inactive. This is very important to know. Now, we also want this to change to this variant, so we will click on the interaction again and head over to this plus icon, so we can change to our unlock variant. So this on-click interaction now does two things. It changes the variant of the toggle to the unlock state, and it changes all components with the active variable to inactive. And for the unlock toggle, we want to do the same thing, but in reverse. We will set the variable foo to not inactive, but active. And we want this to change to our lock state. Now, we can go ahead and try the prototype. And now you can see if I click on this, this will change the toggle button and deactivate this button, and I can just keep on clicking until infinity. And I can also create more copies of this and do whatever I want. And all the buttons will change now when I toggle.